he goes on most around, which is an important thing, whether they can handle good to bird, good to soft. He can handle anything, actually, one in heavy ground, sand and root through. He's been a pleasant character, as you can see. Gary's got him here, just not bothered about anything. But he has one thing that you can't necessarily tell when you look at them. And when Tom talks about the conformation, the shape, the form, the scope, everything, you're looking at feet, you're looking at the foreleg, the angle of the pasta, the length of the cannon bone. When they're too long, you want the pasta too long, or too slack, and when they're going too upright. All of that shape and angle of the shoulder. We call it the rein, the length of the rein, the neck. You're looking at all that. You don't want to hold too short the neck. The shape, the depth, the heart room, the rib cage, the hind end quarters, the hip to tail, all of those things, the hocks, the shape of the hocks, a little bit of a curve. There's a little bit of defect here, called the curve, that we had about 3 months after that. The other thing, he does have a nice outline, and he has a nice head on him, and a decent width of head. He's by his side, I like a lot of lucid quality. But the interesting thing about him is the one thing that you can't tell necessarily is, do they want to try? And it's rather like a footballer who's gone, a manager who's had a really desperate game where they just managed to scramble a draw at 1-1. And the star player comes off at half-time and he says, "King's the whistle, there's not a sweat bead on him, he's not got involved at all." And this horse can be a little bit like that. It can be a perfect horse, his work in the morning is superb, but in the afternoon it depends if he's in the mood or not. And so you do find that a lot of horses, the psychological aspect. Of course, we as trainers can do time, they tend to mean that he disappears again. It's the same with horses. You try and work with horses to bring them on, to raise their game without ever knocking them. Sometimes working with a horse that's maybe off retiring, made them feel good by getting 5 or 6 lengths clear. But this little character, when he wants to put it in, he's very, very good. But when he decides it's an off day, and that is probably the hardest thing to get inside the head and think and see how they are. So you can have the physical athlete, but you've got to have the mental aptitude and determination as well. And using another parlance, when I trained in America, there was a great, we trained at Hollywood Park. It was one of the tracks in Santa Anita in Los Angeles, and right across the road from Hollywood Park was the Forum, where the Los Angeles Lakers used to play, and a great coach of them, Pat Riley, was a friend of mine. And when I did students, they play together, they're such egomaniacs, they all want to do their own thing, to actually mentally tune. And certainly training the race horse, so much of the key thing is thinking for them. Past master of that is Henry, who had his service at TV Cathedral on Monday. No trainer could get to think for a horse like Henry, but he was a very instinctive trainer. So this is a horse, I'll have to say, that sometimes I've got it right, sometimes I've got it wrong. At the moment, I probably made a mistake. I probably should have gelded him when he was a younger horse, because he's still a full horse. Not that he thinks of girls a lot, but he doesn't drift. His mind does drift too much. Well, we'll see. One of the managers is rather keen to see if he'll make it a good herd. So you may well see him going around Huntington. But he's a real sweet character, as you can see, and coming up here, I'm enjoying all of the attention.